Welcome to UrbanHood, your learning platform. Urban Food Alliance is a 501c nonprofit which reaches out to the needy and the homeless who need warm, fresh cooked, nutritional meals. Urban Food Alliance services the needy in our neighborhoods.
Lines of people formed outside of this New Jersey restaurant today. Khan Baba of Franklin Park offers free meals to families every Friday during lunchtime. The response from the community has been overwhelming.
I think it's great because there's a lot of people that are not working and we're all suffering. You know, we have kids, grandkids.
It's very simple. You walk up, they ask for your name, address, and phone number. They asked me how many children I had, and they gave us some little goodies, some snacks for the kids.
The Urban Food Alliance to reduce starvation in local neighborhoods.
So first of all, everyone, I am Mushi Buyan. I am one of those volunteer or founder with Urban Hood organization. You will get, as I mentioned, that we do this every week, 9:30 p.m. This time we do the 9:30 Sunday and then Tuesday 9 p.m. Tuesday 9 p.m., 9:30, these two times, and on the weekdays, Thursday at 12:30 p.m. live market discussion we share with you. Okay, so without further ado, Ali, if you can give quickly the introduction to the new members, and then we're going to after that is going to be me and then Naina. All right, go ahead, Ali.
All right, thank you so much, Mushi. I'm going to share my screen. Those of you who are regulars here, you've seen this before, but I guess Mushi said there are a few new people in the room. So, okay. So just to give you a little bit of an idea of what we're about and who we are, right? So this is UrbanHood. It is a stock trading platform that, you know, we have classes, we have meetings. We're hoping to help people get educated. And I don't know if you guys can see the waiting room also. Okay. So here we are. UrbanHood is actually a part of Urban Food Alliance. But I will go actually to the second slide. The disclaimer first. The people who work with UrbanHood, we're all volunteers, and we do a lot of research, and we use a lot of tools that may or may not be available to regular people, either because they cost too much and we are pooling our resources. They're difficult to find sometimes, or they're very time intensive. So our volunteers check those resources and help give us ideas of what might be a good trade and what might not be a good trade. But we're not really doing this for a living, so the disclaimer is this. We hope that you gain money from using the trades that we recommend, but at the same time, obviously, there's risk in the market, and there is the risk that you are losing money. We are not responsible for that, so you can read what the slide says yourself. But please keep in mind that we are volunteers and that we are not responsible for your personal losses. And we hope that your personal losses by coming to our classes and coming to our meetings, that your losses will be negated by more gains, right? Obviously there will be losses, but the whole point is we want more gains and fewer losses, and we hope that we can get that done. So what will you get when you join Urban Food Alliance? So like I said, Urban Food Alliance, or when you join UrbanHood, Urban Food Alliance is a nonprofit organization that helps feed the needy people. Okay, so it's food for the body. UrbanHood is part of it, and it's an educational program, a spin-off, where we talk, like we said, about stocks and trading and options and lots of different ways for you to get a financial education. All right, so it's food for the brain. And you can become a member of UrbanHood. We have different levels of membership. You can go to urbanhood.org to check that out. And the different levels give you different access, different kinds of tickers, and different maybe discounts for classes and stuff like that. The highest level also gives you access to Mushi or another volunteer with one-on-one time. So it's a valuable thing. They can go over your portfolio and give you really more specific information about what might work for you. But there's, you know, it goes hand in hand, UrbanHood and Urban Food Alliance, and the proceeds, the profits that we get from people joining UrbanHood, those profits get funneled back into Urban Food Alliance so that we can feed the needy. Like I said, we work with volunteers, right? So our point is not to make money, but the money that you pay towards UrbanHood gets funneled back into Urban Food Alliance so that we can help feed people. And hopefully that makes you a little bit more understanding and more willing to, you know, pay the fees for the classes and pay the fees for the membership. But you get a lot out of it. You know, it's not just you paying so that other people can eat, but you get a lot out of it in terms of educating yourself on how to use the stock market to your best advantage and how to make some money on the side. All right, so I think that's it, Mushi. I don't know if you have anything to add to that.
No, that's all. Thank you so much, Ali. You
Okay.
can stop sharing.
Thank you.
Next, I'm going to go ahead. Guys, you guys can see my desktop. So let's talk. We are here just to look at, you know, what might happen, what's coming up in macro level. You know, those who is following market, that, you know, sometimes by looking at technical chart alone is not enough. You need to know why sometimes stock is going down. So that's why sometimes you need to kind of see what's coming up this coming week. So this coming week, like today, one of the key things is that tomorrow you might see in the morning around ECB, that in Europe, this ECB, the meeting that they are sent. This is like our FedEx, and when Powell speaks, this is euro the level of Powell is regarding. She's going to be speaking, and she's going to talk about how Europe economy looks like. What are they doing? If you are not speaking, please mute your line. Others, and I have a lot of volunteers. You guys are co-hosts. Please mute those lines. Okay? Thank you. So, you know, that's something tomorrow when market opens, especially she's going to start talking around 9:45. Just know that our time 9:45 market is going to open 9:30. If you say a little bit goes down, just because something she has said in Europe market that kind of affected the future affected the stock market, our market react. So sometimes the way it works is like I follow the sun model. That, you know, if something goes wrong in Europe or if something major, sometimes it affects our market here. But it's not for long term, but still it could happen. So be careful about around that time tomorrow. If you see that why all of a sudden it goes down, boom, this is one of the reasons. You might need to keep an eye on that. And then on Tuesday, the big thing is happening in CB, the consumer confidence. This number is some of this stuff you can even, if you want to take a look at it, you can say Forest Factory or NASDAQ has similar. So many other websites have it. If you want to see details, you can see on here, you can click on it, it gives you details. But the number, this financial confidence, and this is another data is going to come out that's going to tell what's happened to the consumer level in the consumer. Are they spending money or what they're doing? That number might affect. Just keep an eye on this if it's not too much. But bigger thing is like on night PMI data. PMI data is going to come out on Tuesday night, and the following morning that if you see the market, it might react if it's the PMI data doesn't affect or it makes too much the gap between expected and actual. Okay, then Chicago PMI, you see that the 9:45 p.m. that's more granular data is going to come in. That one of the things that you need to keep an eye on Wednesday. And the Thursday, the bigger thing is final manufacturer PMI. This and this number and ISM data, that's how That's why you see that all those the industry, that new opening up or new car auto industry or and materials and how they are doing it, construction, infrastructure, all of those type of job and that create jobs. That number is going to come out. If it's uh, too much gap, or sometimes it also gives some indication, are we heading towards a recession or not? So that's number, keep an eye. Ultimately, the Friday also, that unemployment number, this number say unemployment rate. Every month, first Friday of the month is this data comes in. This data and this ISM data is going to come in. So that's going to, these two, if the expected and the actual data has a big gap, you might see that market might dip. All right. So keep an eye on this one, these two things that is going to happen mainly on Thursday and Friday. Those two are the bigger one. And the Europe market is, yeah, just like sort of what Powell did to our market the last week. Many of you saw that in a market or week before last week when Powell spoke, market didn't like it, market went down. It took us more than almost a week to recover, and we have seen Friday slowly market looks like coming back. All right. So these are the key things. Usually when we do midday, during the midday with a paid member every week in 12:30 p.m. till 1:30 p.m. In that half an hour, we share with you what data came out, the macro level, and sometimes we say that if something goes down, because it went down because of those reasons. Okay. So now let's see the overview. What might be the indices look like, means level of Nasdaq and S&P and some other things. Naina is going to be shared with you. She is the technical analysis. So what it is, those who is new with us, just please learn. In long run, we are going to also share with you some of the free classes, free session we have, and we have new classes coming up. If your goal is trading in stock market, you need to understand sometimes, how this price moves up and down. In the market, nobody can tell what's going to happen market tomorrow. But one thing you and I, we can do, we can figure out when can you get in, when can you get out. So these charts we call technical analysis. That tells you, is this a good time to get in, or is this a good time, or should you wait? Okay. Based on your goal for short term or long term, you can adjust all of these. So now, Naina, if you can share what's your view of the market looks like this coming week, what was last week and what it looks like this week, that will be great.
She's got to be a co-host.
Yeah, she is. I thought she's. I made her. Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay. Now you are co-host, Naina. I know that she will mention she's going to have a different. And after that, Chandan, if you have the earnings, and there are few earnings coming in, and something you want to share, you're welcome.
Yeah, sure, Moshe. Yeah, I will do that.
We see your desktop, Naina, but we don't hear you.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Do you hear me now?
Now we hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, so if you see, like, this is where the fall started at 357. We came all the way here. This was a major support. So we were here at this area for some time and then came all the way down here. And on Thursday, this is where we bounced off of to 320 level. This was like a very important area because if you see even in the past, there was a lot of struggle here going upwards, and like even when you come down or go up, these act as major resistances. So same happened this time. Since we were coming from like upside, this acted as a major support. So it tried to push up, and then on Friday, we opened somewhere here at 322, and the good thing I see is we closed above all these lines, right? So we are above this 320 level, and then we are above these two lines, right? So if we manage to open above these two lines again, which is above 327 something 0.6, 0.5, so it's going to be a good thing because we have a lot of support here. But the thing is we need to open, it should not be like a gap down or something. So if we manage to open above this level, we are going to be green tomorrow. This is on the daily level, and if we go to hourly level, so the good thing that we see is like you see a W pattern here, which is a double bottom. So again, this is like a bullish pattern. So we went down, we came back, again we went down from this major support, we were pushed up. So there was this resistance here, so this was respected. Again from here it went down, but the good thing is we did not go all the way till here because of the bullish sentiment that day. On Friday it pushed up and we are above all these levels. So tomorrow if we are going to be above 327.3 or 327.5, it's going to be a bullish thing. And the next major resistances that I see is about 333, and then after that it will be 338, 339 area. So this is SPY, and if you see triple Q, okay, I think I did not have this charted. Just 1 second. So
while you're charting, just those who is new, that on SPY is a standard and poor S&P 500. You may heard about it. Most of the large 500 companies is indices she's looking at. Okay, so that gives you some direction what might happen to the market this coming week. So far what we have seen that that for short term 1 hour chart she was looking at, if your goal is just like to make some money in a weekly or the next week or following week, then it short term it looks like market is going to come back up. S&P is going to be up tomorrow, and the price range she has given on a SPY, you saw the 338, 338 different price. That gives you indication that it can go up.
yeah,
But
and also, sorry Mushi, actually I forgot on the lower side, also the levels are like, so if at all we open below 327, then the support, again this line is going to be a support, which is 320.29. And after that the supports are like 316.76 and then 314.65. So the like for the current short term, say like mid term, I can say that if we manage to stay above 314.7, 315, then it's going, I mean there's a chance that we can go upside. This level is like very, very important, because if you see, if we break this level, then there are no major supports, and then technically next support is 285. So as long as we stay above 315, it's going to be like, you can expect that it can be like either bullish or range bound. Okay, and so coming to triple Q, so triple Q has been trading in this channel, if you see. So so I just drew this two lines here. So if you see on the daily chart, we are still inside this channel. If you see, like it hit the resistance and was pushed back. But on the hourly level, if you see, like it had been trading like it was hitting this line, then going up, hitting this line, going up, and then finally, like on 21st, yeah, I tried to go up, came down, and from here it did not make all the way down till here, and from here itself it moved up. And I think actually probably the line is a little bit off, or somewhere like right here. So tomorrow if we manage to open above 271.6, it's going to be a bullish thing. Another good thing that we see here is the same W pattern, which is double bottom. So you have this W pattern, so there is scope that we might retest this line, like go up, come down a little bit, and then go up. So that is your triple Q, which is Nasdaq 100. And then coming to IWM. So IWM was again like everything is like this down channel going down, up, down. So eventually it came down and it took support here at this line, which is, it's a major support. So it's like 142.26. It was pushed up. You have a perfect doji here. And then you have this candle open somewhere in the middle, and you see this huge green candle. And you also see that this candle closed inside the pattern that it was following previously. So there's a high chance that it will continue to go up. But again, if it opens below 145.5, there's a chance that it will try to take support again at 142.44. But if we manage to open above 145.6, it's going to be a bullish thing. And the next major resistances that I see will be, first thing will be this Fibonacci line, which is 147.65. And after that, it's going to be around 149.20. And then again, this fib resistance, which is 149.6. So, and if we later in the week, if we go above this line, then the next resistance that I see is around, it will be around 152 area. So those are your indexes, Mushi.
Oh, thank you so much, Nain. I think that gives at least some perspective to people how the weekly looks like. So based on what we have seen, it looks like it's bullish overall. That the technical analysis says that it could be bullish, but watch out that some of the numbers she mentioned, that if it open up downside, if anything happens, then what she mentioned what are the next support is going to be for the downside. All right. Thanks, Naina.
Thank you, Mushi.
Anything else you want to share, or you want to stop sharing?
If you want me to share something, I don't know, your wish.
No, that's okay. If you have something in your mind, just let us know. Meanwhile, let's have Chandan. Chandan, if you have few things so that the earnings that you are seeing that this coming week coming up, and what should people look? And then Abdul, if you are there here, that I know you may have something else to share too.
Yeah, sure, Mushi. Let me know you're able to see my screen. Share. You're able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, sure. We just thought of making it a little interactive. So I'm not jack of all trades or master of everything. So if people have anything that they want to add, anybody from audience, please do. Like, we all learn by sharing with each other. So what I'm sharing is just my knowledge. So I would encourage people to, hop in and, discuss with me if they know anything about anything, because I can know about every earnings or everything, right? So if there is any news or information that they want to share, we're very welcome and happy, if somebody shares. So that being said, we'll start with what good earnings that we have. So we are starting with Q3 earnings next week. So there's some couple of good earnings and a couple of things to keep in mind. The first biggest earning that I'm looking at is after Tuesday, Micron. Micron will set the trend for other chip makers like AMD, NVIDIA, and those. So there will be some sympathy plays around Micron, and Micron is a very well-respected company in the stock market, and it's a heavily traded stock. So if you see the last two earnings of Micron, last time it bet the earnings, but the stock did not move amazingly. Same thing happened before. If you see last time, so it acted oppositely. So one time in Q1, the stock fell after the earnings. After the earnings is announced, that is the green line I'm referring to on the Q1. And in the Q2, the stock was bullish and it moved a little bit after the earnings. So what I'm trying to tell is, if you're trying to play earnings on Micron, you have to be a little cautious, because one time it worked positively, one time it worked negatively. So you really cannot basically, decide how it plays. But in general, this is a very, very healthy company. And based on how the earnings for Micron comes over, it sets the expectations for other chip makers. Something like AMD, NVIDIA is a big player, definitely. There will be some impact, but not a lot. But we have LRCX, we have AMAT, Applied Materials. So it will set the trend for other chip makers. So they will look for direction for Micron, what the guidance that they give, and people will buy or dump, other stocks accordingly, other chips accordingly. So that is the biggest earning we have. The other thing I see before open is IHS Market. This is also like a very good financial services company. This is in the market for a while, and people in the financial industry do follow this stock very oftenly. So one second, IHS info. Yep, this is the one. So this one, you can do kind of a good earnings play on this one. Basically, you can do like iron condors and those. This one has like a good IV. So if you see last time how the stock jumped massively, like after the earnings, I keep getting this one. Second, yeah. So stock jumped massively after the earnings. So if you see my cursor, you can see how it behaved after the earnings. There's a huge jump. The week, like the quarter before that, there was not much difference. So when there is not much difference in the price, you can do like, straddle or strangles where you have the IV crush that gives you an amazing return, like almost like a 90% return. So this is another stock to watch on. If this company does good, it sets the expectations for other companies like NC and their new financial services company that come into play. That is for Tuesday. I do not know any companies on Wednesday. I'm not, if anybody knows anything about these earnings, let me know. But there are the other good ones is on Thursday. On Thursday, we have Pepsico. Pepsico is a very, very stable company. There is not a lot in momentum in stock. After the earnings, like you will see like a 2%, 3% move, but nothing more than that. But this is a very good dividend paying stock with stable returns. So if you see after the earnings, this rise was before the earnings, and after the earnings is announced, you can see like a flat line. So what I'm trying to tell is there isn't much momentum because of the earnings, but the pre-earnings play or things based on how the market volatility is there, those things do matter. The other way to look around this is one second. This is little annoying. Yeah, one second. Let me show you earnings. Zoom. Yep. So if you see here, one second, let me minimize this. So if you see last time when they announced the earnings, the stock went up so high in the pre-earnings. So this is a great candidate for pre-earnings play. So you can literally like make a call and come out of the call before the earnings. If you see my cursor, the stock went up high up to the earnings and the stock was stable around there. That is a good point. Even here you can see for the Q1, the stock went up high till the pre-earnings play, and it fall a little bit. So this is kind of a candidate for pre-earning play if you want to get into. So that is with the PepsiCo. The other two earnings that I am knowledgeable about is Bed Bath and Beyond. Bed Bath and Beyond, last time people dumped a lot because definitely they are not doing good in the retail industry because they are not very well in online. But this stock also pays like a good dividend, and some people buy in the dip. But I'm little bearish on Bed Bath and Beyond based on last earnings. So that is not that you can think on around puts or something like that for Bed and Beyond if you want to play. This Constellation is another good one that I am watching. Constellation is a beer manufacturing company. It's a very well-respected company. They manufacture several kind of beers, and they've been doing very good, especially in the Corona time, because they had a lot of people are staying at home and buying beer instead of going to bars and restaurants. So this was doing like really good. So let me see Q1 and Q2 here. So if you see one earnings, it went up way high to the earnings. This in general is a good company, and the one earnings, the Q2, it fall after the earnings. This also pays dividend. So if this goes down, this is like kind of a buy the dip opportunity. But if you see the momentum 5 days before it, so it's kind of a healthy momentum going upward, and because of some market down, maybe it went down, but it tried to consistently go up. This is another a good company that you can watch for earnings. That is the Constellation Energy. So that's all I have for earnings. Oh, sorry, my screen is paused. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen. Thank you, Chandan. If you can stop sharing now. Thanks again.
Oh, yeah.
Jay Mata, I see you are here. Can you hear us?
I'm here.
Yeah, if you are next, you are up next. You want to share a few things?
Yeah, basically, I think I sent it. Let me give a list of stocks which I'm following.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did write it in the daytime. It starts with ILMN, Illumina, AMT, which is basically the towers. Facebook, everybody knows. Apple, everybody knows. EW, this is basically for the heart. It's a very good company. MCK is a drug company supplying all the prescription drugs. NVDA, everybody knows. Anthem is another company which is in prescriptions. Anthem, HUM, and UNH, they are basically in the same basket. And then BA looks good for options. And BYND is also in the uptrend. Those are things on my screen right now. And I'm on those calls. Basically, I will be doing some limited trading only this week because I'm going for some eye cataract on this Thursday, and I'll be a little preoccupied. But I am basically going for 20, 30. I'm doing mostly option trading for the week with potential 30% returns. And my calls are normally done as spreads. And sometimes I go deep in the money. And I think I gave some of those samples already on one of these sites. And I will try to maybe copy it into the other sites also.
Okay.
And if one has any question on any of these companies, I can try to answer them.
Yeah, if you can just, I say ILMN, AMT, people know the big ones. But if you can say a few words about those companies, why is specifically you picked ILMN and AMT?
Okay, all right. Okay, I can go through each one. Okay, yeah. Let me bring up my chart on my screen. I can't share it, but I can bring it on my screen.
Yeah, you can bring it up. If you cannot share, that's fine.
Yeah, if somebody else can bring it up. If you want to bring it up, bring up ILMN.
Okay. You guys see my desktop, right? You guys see my desktop, right?
Yeah, I can see it now.
ILMN. I bring it up. ILMN.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Basically, yeah, it's a nice company. It got kicked down because a couple of news, and then it's coming back up. I started buying around 272 3 days ago.
Okay.
And I have some options, but they are deep in the money because I did not know where the market is going.
Mm-hmm.
So mine are buried in the money, but they are still up like almost 30%. Their $10 white call spread is between, I think, 260 and 270. I'm going to go into more also, but I have not done it yet. So, but I have the stock as well as the options on it. My options are deep in the money.
Okay.
260, 270 spread. Okay.
So you're
And
bullish on this one, okay?
yeah, I'm bullish on this one. Okay. Let me go to the AMT. Okay, AMT is a very good company. Okay, it has been kicked down because with the dividends and whatnot, it came down from say 260, 265 to where it is right now. Let me try to look at it. 239. It closed at 239. My target is like in the next 1 week is around 250, 255. That's my target. Whether we hit it or not, maybe it may take 10 days, but it will hit it there sooner or later.
Okay.
All the dividend stocks are kind of getting pulled down. Like a couple of weeks ago, during one of these discussions, we talked about NLY, right? And AGNC, they are doing the same thing.
Okay.
And if somebody wants to buy NLY for dividends, right now is a good point to buy that, because their ex-dividend is going on September 29th. And they offer about 12% annual dividend.
Okay.
Okay. And Facebook and Apple, I am picking up for option trading. I have some stock in Facebook, but I don't have stock in Apple. But I am picking them up for 30% weekly profits on them. If you do the spread, if you do straight calls, you can make 30%, you can make 50%, you can make 100%.
Okay.
But as I said, I am tied into this week. I'm not going to be very active trading. And whatever I trade, I will share with everyone.
Okay. So
Then,
Apple,
yeah, go ahead.
Facebook, you're bullish. Apple, you're bullish.
Right, I'm bullish on both of them.
Okay.
Okay, like Facebook, I started very deep in the money, like 140, 142.5. I'm going to buy 140, 145 calls for the next week. I expect about 30 to 35% return on it. I don't think it's going to touch 145 in the 1 week.
Okay.
And whenever I get a chance, I'll make 20-30% on daily basis on Facebook.
Okay.
Because market is still kind of in the doldrums. We do not know where it's going to go.
Right.
That's my take on it. Everybody can accept their own way of trading it or how you read the market. I'm reading the market with caution.
Yep.
That's why I'm going deep in the money. Okay, because I don't think it's going to touch 145 in the next 5 days. So, okay.
And Apple, review of Apple?
The same thing with the Apple. I just checked. I have a call 35310 for the next weekend.
When you said 35310, Apple is now 112. I mean, you mean?
Yeah, 312. Oh, no, sorry, 212. Okay. Okay. I'm a sorry,
112.
105 and okay. I'm mixing up my numbers.
That's okay.
105 and 110.
You got it.
Thanks for
Okay.
correcting me. Okay.
Yeah,
And it's 112.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll add or subtract or adjust it. If it starts going down, I'll sell 117 calls, 117.5 calls as a spread.
Got it. What else?
To protect my investment, but I monitor it. And normally what I try to do is I don't adjust too much in front. On Thursdays, I start adjusting it. Wednesday, Thursday, I start adjusting it because my window is narrowed down to 2 days or 3 days. That's where I adjust it. So, okay, EW, let's go EW.
EW.
You want to bring EW.
Okay.
This is a very good stock. It can be held for long term also. It won't disappoint me too much. Like even if the market goes down too much, one can lose 5%, but one can make 15%.
Okay.
I've not looked at the options, but I'm bullish as a stock on this one, knowing the company.
Okay.
It's basically in the heart valve area.
Okay.
Like especially the aortic valve. And I'm well versed with the aortic valve because I had an aortic valve replacement in 2018. Mine was not this company, mine was MDT because I don't want metallic heart valve at that time. They're the leaders in the metallic heart valve, which is good for 20 years, but then you have to take some medication. With MDT, it's a natural kind of still harvested heart valve and it's good for about 12 years. But I took that option. I don't have to take medication for it.
Right.
So I know this company because of my experience
Got it. Got it.
in the area. And I have followed this company for a long time. It's a solid company. With the market, it will go up and down, but it will be still the leader as a market leader.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to the next, MCK.
MCK.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, this is basically the drug wholesale, fills up all the prescriptions. And right now it's sitting at a good support point at 146, 148, 140, probably is the 142 is the long-term support, and it can go to 156, 158. One can buy stocks, maybe sell options if you buy 100 shares, or if you buy small amount, deal with it accordingly. Options, I have not looked at it. Okay, I did trade NVDA options on last Thursday and Friday, and basically they made me money. I had all kind of spreads on it. To me, it is little extended at this time. I expected to pull back around 510, not 510, like 505. And I'll become a buyer of the spreads at that time, but I'll wait for a day or two. It can go, keep going up. Strong company, strong stock. Its high was 575. It closed at 514, and I know some people have been holding it from 550, 570 area. So it can be done that way. But I'll wait till maybe Tuesday before I get into that one. And let's go to Anthem.
What's the ticker?
Huh?
Anthem, N-T?
AAN, Apple, Nancy, Tango, Mary.
Okay, Anthem. Okay.
Okay, this is again the healthcare plans. They are in the same basket like Anthem. If you want to look at HUM, UNH, you can pick one company. Normally UNH is the leader. So maybe let's stick with UNH. And it can be traded using options, and it can be traded using like state stock. Hold it for 7 days. But use 3% stop loss, 10% profit, or 7% profit for the next 10 days. That will be my take on it. Okay, BA just started moving on Friday. And I was lucky enough in the morning, I picked up 140, 145 spread. That's the October month spread for 325. And I will probably add on to that, or I may do something else also, how it goes. That's my trade on it. I am not into BYND. I did trade in the last 3 weeks, BYND, but at this time I'm not into trade, but the chart looks good. And the options are a little more pricier because of volatility. So this is just FYI at this time. I need it to pull back around 140 to get back into the trade. That's what I have.
Okay.
Okay, and let me give one general suggestion. The people who have learned option trading should aim for 20 to, let's say aim for 30% return with safety. Deep in the money calls, if bought on Monday or Friday before, like last week Friday, will give you 20 to 30% weekly return. If it goes against it, take 10% loss, 15% loss and get out. If they are going in your favor, you can add it and make adjustment. If you can make 20% profit every week, your $1,000 will go how much?
$1,200. 20%.
No, like that's the weekly. I'm
Yeah.
talking the whole year.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
It's
That's then.
a
Yeah.
huge number.
Yeah. A huge number. Correct. You just do the math.
It will go literally to 1 million.
Yep.
So I will suggest the option trader should set aside 1,000, 2,000 money just for this kind of thing and see how it works. And I will walk every week as and when available to provide my trades at that time. And I'm going to follow the same thing. I was not following it, but going forward, that's what I'm doing.
Thank you so much, Jay. We appreciate your time.
Right.
Okay. And now
Yeah.
I think we are going to close up soon. But before I do close, I know there are people. How can we stop something not talking about Tesla? So let's open up the Tesla, and you can see the Tesla. I have a lot.
I'm not into Tesla. So.
I am into Tesla. So I have a lot of people know that who follows my trade that you guys can see that.
Yeah.
Tesla
Okay.
is if you look at my chart now, what it looks like, currently Tesla is around 400 range. Tomorrow, if you see that Tesla open up at over 410 for 408 to 414 range, Tesla is 410, 413. Tesla is going up. Its next resistance for Tesla is 422. It has to stay above 422 to before it closes. If we see those who is thinking Tesla can go up 500, it has to. That's one of the big for Tesla 422. I have a couple more before I had it, but just tomorrow check market 413. First, it has to stay above 413 range. It does. It open up and then 422. If it can stay there 422 to 438, then Tesla is going up. If not, the other way, you guys can see that 391, then if it's a downside, 385, it can go down more. Okay. So let's see. I see that this weekend, over the weekend, Elon is putting the more to it, but you never know. His tweet works against his price. So let's see if there are some good new guidance or things coming up. Then we'll see which direction Tesla goes. But those who already saw this coming last week, Tesla came down at some point 350 range. I added more stock on top. So if it goes down, I'm going to keep adding the stock, not option. And one of the advice I have to anyone, whoever is thinking to do option with Tesla, please do not do naked call with Tesla. When I say naked call, means the profit margin is higher, but it can wipe your entire premium. It goes the other way. You heard that spread. Well, this is the reason we kept asking you, learn how spread works. And that's why we have so many classes also on demand, and the classes there take advantage of that. So that's something I want to share. The other thing I want to share that I know they are here. We have people who is investing in financial. So and sometimes you might hear about Warren Buffett. Where does he invest? So one of the things last week Warren Buffett has done, over $2 billion investment he made on Bank of America. He says, but look at where his Bank of America price looks like. It's very attractive. And usually Warren Buffett is known as value investor. He's looking long-term investment, not like something, day in and day out. So the Bank of America is very strong bank and the price is very attractive. Can it go down? Yes, sure. You never know, it can go down. But it has all the other bank, even Goldman Sachs. Warren Buffett has it. He dumped his Goldman Sachs. You can take a look at it. He added more position on Bank of America. I am also long with Bank of America. I added last week some Bank of America. Some of you who is in my platinum room that I have been sharing with you, I will add more if it goes down more Bank of America.
Yeah, Mushi, can I add one line to that? If you buy it, sell some calls, even if you get 15 cents per week, take 15 cents and they should be out of money.
Yep. Right.
Okay.
That's something, if you have the stock, why not just, start collecting some money.
Okay. Don't go near the money, go out of the money.
Right.
Collect 15 cents, 20 cents, whatever, weekly.
Right.
What's come to what, your stock will be taken away. So what?
Right. You can buy it back. Correct. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's something I want to let you guys know, these two things. And Apple, I guess you guys already have seen the same thing. Apple, so this is very attractive, looks like. Can it go up more? Sure, it can. But you never know. Warren Buffett also added more Apple position last week. Abdul, do you have something else to share?
So what about COVID stocks?
We're going to come out the COVID stuff. We have been doing it, and today we are just trying to give you some weekly view. Yes, COVID stock is like Zoom, Netflix, so many of the others are the COVID stock that in the past we talked. Our goal of this meeting right now, just giving people some perspective for the week. What will market going to have? What the economic catalyst is there that you should be aware of? How is the market going to look like, and what are the stocks that we are looking at to buy this coming week? And just the rest is you can keep an eye on this. So COVID stocks, Peloton, Zoom, and Netflix, some of those that you guys are seeing that still it can fluctuate. We do not know that if there will be another shutdown coming up, right? But we'll talk in another time. For now, I want to give few minutes to Abdul. Go ahead, Abdul.
Okay, so for the visitors here today, I'm not sure how many of you are members, but if you're not, look at joining our membership, especially our gold. Three of us are trading in the gold and giving good tips on far as what to trade. Last 2 weeks, we've given some very good trades. And most of our investors that did participate have all made money out of that. One example was GE. We traded in and out, and then we went back in and bought more shares again when the price dipped. We traded UPS 4 times in 2 weeks. Buying on the dip, selling, and these were options. Those ones that are holding stock, is good to hold stocks. So just consider, if you're not members, join, and we get some really good, solid alerts from us with entry and exits, and making good margins. So just on that, as far as we are going to be trading again this week, UPS, looking at FedEx, and also Etsy. Those are 3 that we're definitely looking at there, besides other ones that have already been mentioned in today's session. That's basically all I've got. As far as trading wise, someone else has mentioned about the covered calls. So I'm a big believer in covered calls. I do a lot of covered calls. You can make one big home run. Instead of making one big home run, why not make 10 or 20 small runs and make more that way? And as far as making trades, so trade small. And doing covered calls is income based. So if you can buy some stock, 100 shares of a stock, and sell a covered call, you get income, like you said, out of the money, not in the money, out of the money. So if you bought Bank of America, for example, at $23 right now, you could sell 4 weeks out at a $25 call, and you'll make that income on it. If the stock stays below 25, you keep that income. You keep doing that every month. I mean, I do that with quite a few of my shares, and just rolling those over income. So main thing is look at having a monthly or weekly income, like Jay mentioned also, 20%. That's a lot. You add it up in a year, it's a lot of a big to your portfolio. So consider that. That's all I got, Mushi.
Thank you so much, Abdul. Okay, guys, I know that there are so many stickers you guys put in there. As I mentioned earlier, today we are planning to do something a little bit different and not go through every single ticker that you may have in your mind, because this is something we do during the day. Here we are looking at a little bit bigger picture, giving you some bigger picture, giving you some ideas, giving you also same time what others are thinking. As I mentioned, I am thinking some of the things I mentioned, what I am buying, others are buying. Know this coming week and coming month is September, we have seen what happened. And then October is going to get worse because of the election coming in, because the volatility is in Europe, and the second, the coronavirus is Europe shutting down, the fear there. So that could have and the election in our country and unemployment, stimulus package, so many conversation happening that in political and that other catalysts that you and I do not have control over it, the market is going to be very volatile. So in that case, it's better not to trade every single day and just watch. Sometimes you might see so many trades we are sharing in our the paid group, unpaid group, and everywhere. But you do not need to take all those trades. Learn one or two company that you really care about. You know about that business, like you heard from others that once you know some company, you understand what's going on behind the scene. So if their price goes down, you'll see that true investors, they are not selling, they're buying. So that's something we want you to start learning, and in future you will have a lot of opportunity to make money.
Thanks for watching. Visit our website, urbanhood.org, and join our community at meetup.com and look for financial freedom for you. Thank you, and we hope to see you soon.